Okay, so the rules for subtracting integers, which means subtracting positive or negative whole numbers, is actually pretty simple. So subtraction actually means that we just add the opposite. And so subtraction sign is usually the same as adding a negative number. So for example, we have 6 minus 3, and 6 minus 3 is pretty simple, it's just 3. Now, if we had 6 plus negative 3, we know that these are different signs, and so this just means that we subtract the 2 is our rule, and so 6 minus 3 is also just 3. And so that's why on our warm-up, whenever we'd subtract and we would add, we got the same answers for all of them. So you've actually been doing this the whole time. Every time you've subtracted, you're actually just adding a negative number. And so a negative is the same as a subtraction sign. So you've been actually adding negative numbers since you learned how to do subtraction. So example 1, it says find the difference and use the number line to find negative 2 minus 4. So we have negative 2, so let's plot negative 2. And then minus 4, minus means that we are going to go to the left on the number line. And so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the number line. And that gives us negative 6. So with example 2, it says find the difference and use the number line to find negative 3 minus negative 7. So this means add the opposite. So we have negative 3 plus, and then the opposite of negative 7 is just 7. So you'll actually see me whenever we have minus a negative number, you'll see me just turn this into a giant plus sign because minus and negative actually just means that we add. So you'll see me do that a few times throughout the notes as well. You can also think of it as negative 7 means that we go to the left, but subtraction, that means we're actually going the opposite way. So we have to flip our arrow and go to the right. So we're at negative 3. And then we know that that means add the opposite. So that turned into a plus. So plus 7 means that we go to the right. So we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is actually 4. And we can check that because negative 3 plus 7, those are different signs now. We always use the rule after we switch it from add the opposite. So now this is what we use for our rules. So negative 3 plus 7, those are different signs. So we're going to subtract 7 minus 3, and then we keep the sign of our larger number, which was 7, and that's now positive. So my answer is now positive. So now you are going to do the triads on your own.